Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jowy and I'm your fashion and style consultant. I know I'm always talking about how fashion and style is beneficial to you, but today I want to talk about some tips that you can actually use, like guide, style guide tips that you can use in your day-to-day experience, whether it's going to the office or going out with friends or whatever the event may be. There are various accessories that you can use, and I want you to understand when to use what, because the mistake that people make is they mix up some accessories with some outfits and it doesn't really synchronize, and then you go out looking like a caricature. That's not the aim of style. So yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. Let me show you a few things, like just guides or tools. Because with my clients, that's how I say it. I'm giving you these tools so that even when I'm not there or when I'm not reachable, you can apply this, and it will go a very long way for you. So let's start with colors. There's actually a tool that I have with my clients, and it's like the basic color rule. And as I always tell my clients, look, these are just tools, not rules, and there are various ways that other people do it, but this I find has really worked so far, and I want to share them with you. As I said, number one, the color rule. So in an outfit, right, sometimes you see that some people look impeccable every time they step out. There's actually a guide. Like, you can't go around mixing like 10 colors in one outfit. To be honest, you would look like a caricature, and then you defeat the aim of style. So it's not enough to just have beautiful pieces in your wardrobe or like the basics in your wardrobe. You also need to know how to mix and match your pieces. I'll give you one tip. One tip is, when we were in primary school, they did, or secondary school, I don't know where you learned yours, but growing up in your education, at some point you must have learned about colors, primary colors, secondary colors. I always advise that you stick within those colors in one outfit. That's one thing you can do. But these are just things that help you play safe, okay? When you're working with a professional stylist or a fashion professional, or some people just have it as a gift, to be honest, you can mix colors in a way that you get away with it. What I mean by getting away with it, you get away with looking nice and mixing colors that are not in this group. However, to play safe, if you are one of those people that doesn't really have it in you, so what I would advise you to do is stay within the same group of secondary colors, so, or the mix of the primary colors that got you that secondary color. I hope you understand what I mean. Anyway, moving forward. Another thing I would like to touch on is your accessories. You know what? This matter of accessories, right? It deserves a full episode on its own. But let me just touch on it a little bit before I run along. That purses are in more. Like, it's a trend more than those big bags. I mean, I know there was a time that big bags were really in, but I find that now purses are really in, and it's nice to know that there are purses of various sizes, and based on the material they are made of, you can use them to different occasions. Also, I would like to touch on sturdy bags and bags that are not so sturdy. So bags that don't stand firm. Now, sturdy bags are always good for you, especially if you're in a work environment that is very corporate, very formal. Your sturdy bags are just the way to go. Purses, in that case, I would not advise, because you can't be carrying purses to places like your office, workspace, except if you're in a more casual setting. So if your work environment is very casual, like you work in an environment where it's like business casual, then you can get away with holding purses. But then again, what kind of purse are you holding? Because you know that there are purses that are very glittery, very glamorous. Now, you can't be carrying those kind of purses to work. I don't care where you work. You can't be doing that. Moving forward, let's talk about shoes a little bit. So your shoes also, of course, your pumps, covered shoes. For those of you that are like, what is pumps? Your covered shoes are always good for your work environment. Keep your heels minimal, nothing too high. Again, depending on your work environment. If you're someone like me who works in a fashion and style environment, you can get away with walking into a fashion office with like really high heels, right? But if you're in a more corporate, formal setting, don't do it. Jewelry, let's talk about jewelry. To play safe with jewelry, right? Let me give this to you. If you're wearing gold, wear gold. If you're wearing silver, wear silver. But you know that there are some, let me pick this real quick and show you what I'm talking about. There are some jewelry that actually is a mix of gold and silver. Now, this bangle is one of those for me. This bangle has a mix of gold and silver. This bangle makes your life easy. In that case, you can do a little mix, you know, and you don't look way out of point with something like that. Otherwise, I would say if you're doing gold, do gold. And if you're doing silver, do silver. I hope this has been helpful information for you out there today. Remember, I always want to be the pocket of light in your life. Please, please, please throw in your questions and share with someone that needs to hear this. The aim of this is to actually help people, because I love to see people look beautiful and achieve their purpose. It's a speedy process. It has worked for me, worked for so many people. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.